On this episode, it's an urban barbecue. Everything that you grill outside, we're gonna do inside. Don't miss this episode. I'm Porter Brooks, come right back. I'm Porter Brooks and I am your host. Everyone's coming to the party. Don't miss it. It's Porter Brooks, and today on our episode, it's an urban barbecue. What that means is everything you do outside, we're gonna do inside. I've converted my indoor stove to an outdoor grill. I've got some grilled chicken breasts with some beautiful garlic and herbs and spices, and then some fantastic sautéed red peppers. How beautiful is that? We're gonna do some fennel, a nice cheesy mushroom sauce, and wait till the end. It's gonna be a frozen strawberry shooter with some fresh rosemary that I'm gonna get right out of my garden hanging on the wall. So it's an urban space and a great taste. Well, like all episodes when we entertain, we talk about the things that take the longest first, and then we move to the shorter. So in this case, I'm gonna do a farfalle. It's a single box, and I have my boiling salted water. Remember my key on the water. Everybody wants to know how much salt. Well, as soon as it tastes like the ocean, from a memory of yours that you were swimming somewhere in the world, that's the perfect level of salt. Usually on a pot this big, it's about 3 or 4 tablespoons going right in. All right, we're gonna give our pasta one nice turn, and we're gonna let that come up to a boil. All right, I've got a hot griddle going on because I need to get some marinade on my chicken. I have these beautiful boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And if you don't know, a simple, easy marinade, it's gonna be a little bit of olive oil. Everything good in the world starts with olive oil. That's what I've learned. And some crushed garlic. You'll wanna use your impeccably clean hands for that. Just a little bit on there. And we'll go back to a little bit of our salt. Now this is where you can have some fun. If you want to go to a southwestern region, you can start with cumins, you can do chili powders, but I'm going to go to the corner of Spain where we can get some beautiful parbella, which is really just a mixture of green herbs, the rosemaries, the oreganos, the sage, everything that's savory. I can smell it on my hands right now, is going to come into this. And of course, what breaks down the tissues in the meat is a little bit of acid, and I'm gonna pour some white wine on top of our chicken. Last night's is just fine, and you'll wanna just absolutely make sure each one of those chicken breasts are completely drenched, and lay them on your hot grill. That's the sound you're after. Now, once you get them on the grill, don't touch them. I know you all want to peek, and you get your nose in there, but those sexy grill marks that you get at the restaurant, it comes from leaving them alone completely. All right, always safety when working with poultry, so you want to make sure you wash your hands completely. I can hear those sizzling. And we'll wash and dry on that. Feel free to add some seasoning if you'd like at this point. Cracked pepper would be perfect. You know my rule. How much? Always 5 cracks. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we're gonna let those grill for just a little while. In the meantime, I'm gonna get going with my fennel, which I'm gonna add on the other side of my grill. Nice big chunks. This is gonna cook down and caramelize like a beautiful onion. But we're gonna mix it into our pasta. And the good part is you can use the bad part that most people don't eat. So we're gonna take your fennel, look at, the beautiful smell. It's anisette, and we're gonna lay it right on that grill. Use all the space you need. If you'd like to spray it with cooking spray, you can, but again, I always just reach for my everyday olive oil. You've heard me talk about my no reservations red wine. I also have my no reservations olive oil. Simple and easy. A little salt on the fennel, and we'll let those guys just work their way into a caramelized land of urban fun. All right, chicken is grilling. I'm looking for my tongs as we speak. Let's check really quick. Just one more minute on those. our pasta farfalle, which are these great bow ties. It's gonna be so fun. Everybody's gonna sit around, and the best thing about this meal, it all happens in one bowl, one plate. Okay, so I wanna start working now on my sauteed peppers. What I'm gonna do with the sauteed peppers is they're gonna top this beautiful bowl of pasta. I just go right in, taking out the seeds and the pith, and you'll wanna take a small angle and just simply chop into nice, even, small strips, taking care of your fingers. If your knife skills aren't so good, you can buy prepared peppers in the store. And I'm just gonna work my way around this beautiful red until I have all the good parts. Oh, that chicken smells good. So I'd like about a half of bell pepper per guest, and I'm planning on 4 people plus me, but you never know who's gonna show. It really is just a small group of great friends who are getting together. All right, the beautiful red, some olive oil in a separate saute skillet. I'm just adding a little bit here. We want some viscosity when that hits the grill, and then we're gonna put them in all at the same time. That sounds wonderful. All right, let's go back and check. Time to flip. Beautiful grill marks. Let's do number 2. I have asbestos hands, so if you need tongs at home, feel free to use them. Look how beautiful those are. So everything is on our indoor grill. Our urban barbecue is happening inside. Great taste in small spaces. When we come back, these peppers are gonna be caramelized. Caramelized is the word of the day. Our fennel is gonna be roasted. I'm gonna show you how to make beautiful mushroom and cheese liaison come together, which is gonna coat these fantastic farfalles. Everything is gonna be great on our table, where we have toolboxes filled with plants and candles and all things urban. I'm Porter Brooks, and don't go anywhere because you don't wanna miss this party. I'll be right back. On this episode, it's an urban barbecue. Everything that you grill outside, we're gonna do inside. Don't miss this episode. I'm Porter Brooks, come right back. Well, we're back here on this episode, and it's an urban barbecue. If we haven't met yet, I'm Porter Brooks, and I'm your host, and we are cooking all things good outside in. Now, if you weren't here, I said don't touch it, and I'll show you why. The beautiful grill marks on our stovetop grill are working perfectly. It looks like it was done outside. And take the fennel and turn it over. This is where the tongs really comes in handy. That is the beautiful grill mark. Oh, it's like candy I was looking for. All right, we're gonna turn all those over. At this point, it can all be a nice messy pile because it's gonna be added to the pasta sauce, which we're gonna get to work on. A little bit of olive oil just on top to make sure we have temperature. You can turn your grill off at that point and continue on to our roasted peppers, which are doing good. I think what I'll do is set our pasta aside because it is ready to be lifted. And I'm gonna move this to the back. All right, well, it's all about a filling. And I said I was gonna give you a nice creamy pasta sauce. So let me get to work on that. I have 3 tablespoons of softened butter already in the pan. Just gonna melt that down. And I'm gonna combine some olive oil with the butter. The reason why I do that is the smoking point for butter and oil are 2 separate temperatures, so we can get it much higher without it burning. Always mix about half butter and half olive oil. Beautiful, we've got that melted. Help from the store, you know I'm a big believer. I have some pre-sliced, beautiful, clean mushrooms. They're going in. And we're gonna bring those up to a high heat saute. While that's coming up to temp, I've got 1 package of softened cream cheese, and I'm just gonna clunk it off bit by bit. Now you don't wanna put this in one big block because in 5 minutes, you're still gonna have 1 big block. So break up your cheese, drop it into your mushrooms. Now remember, this is your spaghetti sauce. So this is the sauce that's gonna be flavoring everything to come. You want it to be pretty strong. And the first cue that you work from is repeating flavors that you started with. So we had those Spanish parbella flavors. I'm going to reach right back to them so that we continue them in the sauce. And of course, because of that cheese, we're going to absolutely need pepper and some more salt. Those mushrooms are going to absorb all of that. And you know me, repeat every flavor, including the wine. If you're not a wine drinker, you can boil out the alcohol. Otherwise, feel free to use just a squeeze of some fresh lemon juice. Okay, while this is cooking down, you keep an eye on that. For me, I'm gonna start, which is really my involvement activity for my guests tonight. I'm gonna create homemade hummus with some help from the store so that they can each make their own. I'm starting with a miniature food processor, and I'm gonna go with 2 cans of prepared chickpeas, garbanzos, depending on where you're from, chichis in some countries, and just a little bit of red onion. I know that's non-traditional, and we're gonna add some crushed garlic so that it's already in place for us. I like a lot of garlic in my hummus personally, and of course, some of our sea salt. Okay, safety first. We're gonna put on the lid for our processor, lock it into place, and we're gonna chop. And I'll take it up. Okay, see how easy that came together? Normally you would have to soak those overnight and get them nice and soft. Using the canned has a beautiful salt content, a fresh lemon. Easy, right on top. You can squeeze that through your fingers if you'd like. And let's give it one more quick blend. All right, so my consistency is what I'm gonna test at this point. I'm gonna drain off some liquid from my reserved can. With the liquid gone, I'm gonna get a thicker texture and just add about half of those chickpeas back in. Perfect, all right. Who knew, homemade hummus, right? You wanna pop that out. I'm gonna bring this right up here. I can bring it over here to you. Look at how beautiful this chunky hummus is gonna be. Why? I'll tell you why. Behind me, what you see are all these great little vessels, and I'm gonna fill them with all the different spices of the region. We're gonna go with some culinary lavender, we have some sea salt, we have some cumin, and my guests are gonna mix and match their own hummus. You know when you go in the store and you see 4 or 5 different flavors? I'm gonna let them make their own, and we're gonna do some great pitas with that, which I'll get to right now. Let's stir our filling. As you can see, it's all melting down beautifully. Our pasta filling, which is going to completely coat all those farfalles. They look like they're doing great right over there. Chicken is resting, which is exactly what we need it to do. And now I'm going to prepare my pitas. I have a stack of store-bought pitas. You need a big knife like this, and we're simply gonna cut them right through. A little bit smaller stack than what I just tried. So let's take those in half, and we're going to quarter our pitas. Easiest part of all. Grab yourself a nice little oven-proof pan, just a little bake pan. Sprinkle your pitas out as evenly as you can. What else? Drizzle with olive oil. Sprinkle with your quality sea salt. And we're gonna pop them in the oven. Now, when we come back, our pitas are gonna be crispy, our hummus is gonna be ready. I'm gonna show you the table, and I'm gonna plate up this amazing pasta. It's all for you. This is an urban barbecue on Urban Bite. We're getting it done. Don't miss it. I'll be right back. On this episode, it's an urban barbecue. Everything that you grill outside, we're gonna do inside. Don't miss this episode. I'm Porter Brooks. Come right back. Well, we're back if you're just joining us. It's an urban barbecue. We're doing everything outdoors in, but I want to surprise my guests with this really cool starter. I love doing shooters, so I have some frozen strawberries, and I'm gonna get some fresh rosemary right off my garden wall. If you don't have a garden wall, you can be in any city and have fresh herbs all year long. And the best thing when entertaining is to grab something used before. Here's our leftover rosé from the other night. I'm gonna fill that up. So about a cup of frozen strawberries, and they need to be frozen, with a cup of sparkling rosé. If you're a non-drinker, you can use apple juice or you can use a cranberry juice, and we'll start it on stir. Okay, once it's done, we're gonna wanna just taste that sugar content. Oh, that's almost perfect, but I am gonna add just a little bit of sugar. If you like a non-sugar sweetener, you can do that as well. Stir this in for about 30 more seconds. Okay, our shooter is done. Rosemary, wait till you see this. They're gonna love this. Look at this bright color. I'm gonna pour it right into a shooter glass. Oh, hold on. That is how you get the party started. Let me set this aside. This can go into the refrigerator for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's time to drain off our pasta. Safety. And we wanna pour everything into our colander. Now, you've heard me talk about using pasta water before as a viscosity, which you can do with liaison. That means a conversion of both a butter and a water. It's a French technique, but we're gonna add it back to our pan. Never rinse your pasta. It's that starch that allows the great sauces to adhere. And I'm gonna go right to my beautiful cream mushroom sauce. I'll pour that in for you. Smell how rich that is. If you'd like a little parm, you can add on top of that. Okay, full mix there. And then with our tongs, I'm gonna pick up our fennel, and we're gonna add that. Now for the chicken, since it's been resting, oh, let's get that guy back on there. Since it's been resting, I'm gonna go ahead and do what's called a shingling technique. They're just thin slices that replicate the shingles on a roof. And it's gonna look really fancy on top. Okay, so fennel in, that's gonna give us some texture to this pasta. One nice big turn. Make sure everything is completely coated. Set that aside. And now you want to go ahead and get ready to present your beautiful chicken breast. I told you it was all in one bowl, and I wasn't kidding. Let's fill our pasta bowl. A big, beautiful mound of pasta. Oh my gosh, look how good that looks. Mushrooms, the grilled fennel is in there. This is not for the weak at heart. Get yourself a great knife, and we want to start right with the grain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just continue on. This is at a perfect temperature for serving. And you want to take the knife, and in one full swoop, you want to lay it right on top. It's that easy. We'll grab our red peppers for that pop of color, as they say. Beautiful, beautiful. And a roasted red right on top. There is my urban barbecue. My friends are waiting, and I've got to get this to the table. Well, we've made it to the table. My urban barbecue with my friends. Everyone grab a hold of your strawberry shooter. One hit to say hello. This is just to get the flavors going. And let's say cheers.
Cheers.
Beautiful, fresh shooter. How was that? How was that?
Wonderful, fantastic.
All right, so I want you to get involved. In front of you is our homemade hummus. Pick an herb. I have some culinary lavender here. I'm gonna add it to my hummus and a little sea salt. And then we're gonna just mix our own. Let me tell you about the tablescape. I've got the pita chips right here, in our toolboxes with the exact same flavors and herbs of the region. And watch this, just dip it in the hummus. Take a bite. Tonight, I'm pouring just a table red because it's an urban barbecue. You're surprised, as it might actually even be good, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Lion, welcome to the table.
Nice to have you.
And I know you're gonna stay on water tonight, right? Fantastic. All right, so this is our grilling from the outdoors in. We can just dig in with our napkins and let's give it a taste.
Okay.
Thank you guys for waiting. I know I was late getting out of the kitchen. Creamy farfalle,
Oh, fantastic.
wonderful chicken. You like that?
Tasty, very tasty.
And some great red peppers. Did you like that?
Love the hummus. So much fun to mix your own.
Yeah. It's been a great time here on this episode with Urban Barbecue. I'm Porter Brooks. Tweet me at the Porter Brooks for all the tips, the tricks, and the techniques of this great party. I hope you do it at home, and I hope you bring your friends around you and feed them with a lot of fun. I'm Porter Brooks, and I'll see you next time as I entertain the world one table at a time. Cheers.